Yeah. Hey, I don't wanna hit a cap, you can save it. With my guys and we got it up the pavement. Listen up, it's what everybody's saying. Round of applause, give it up for the crowd favorite. Hey, round of applause, give it up for the crowd favorite. Hey, round of applause, give it. I know they weak by the look in their faces. All of these rings got me feeling like Brady. Say what I feel, I don't care how you take it. Round of applause, give it up for the crowd favorite. Hey, round of applause, give it up for the crowd favorite. Yeah.
Instant banger.
Man, it just get better with time. We didn't have this song for about what a week.
A week and some change,
week.
yeah.
My boy Miles ahead of you. Shout out to my brother, my LB man. Love you, brother. Hey, he on the hook. Crowd favorite, episode 5. We are live. You dig what I'm saying? It's your boy, Too Much Sauce, a.k.a. Devil the Don, a.k.a. the kid that did, a.k.a. No, I'm just playing. It's your boy Dev. I'm back on the scene. I was going crazy.
I had a bunch of acas. Nah, you know what I'm saying? Nah, this is your boy D.Jones, Mr. Well Alright, a.k.a. the designated caster.
Yeah.
And we also got a special, well, I ain't gonna say special guest. We got family in the building. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
You probably just part of the team at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Crowd favorite.
Yeah.
Yes.
But, it's good to hear that. It's good to hear that for sure.
I know you got like 92 AKAs. You want to tell us your AKAs, Trai?
I mean, shit, I'm gonna try to keep it short. You know what I'm saying? They know me by Trai. If you know my photography, is Do Say Shot It. Do Shot It on Instagram, but really it's Do Say Shot It. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one who made the beat, Pac-Man on the track. You know what I'm saying? A couple different names. Him Turner, him Duncan, him Jones, him not them. That's me. You know what I'm saying?
Pac-Man, could you be eating them on the track?
Yeah, I eat everything. I eat everything.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Drop the horn.
Anyways, Cough drops. Gotcha. Anyway, but yeah, man, as we said before, I'm saying tomato. Anyway, so but now we are here with Crowd Favorite episode 5. We appreciate y'all again, each and every one of y'all consumers out there listening to us and vibing with us and just, you know, hearing our perspective and opinions when it comes to sports, life and everything in between, man. So we're gonna jump on right on into it. As you know, today is Monday, which means last night was the night after, or last night was the big game. I would just say this. I'm gonna say this. I said last episode, the episode before that, and even today when everybody was asking me, I said I was going for the Eagles. I just said I believe the Chiefs are gonna win. I kept on saying if the game is close at the end, that 15 guy is special, and you know, bum ankle and all, he balled. And so yeah, shout out to the Chiefs. Congratulations to them. What's y'all's thoughts?
Man, first and foremost, I don't know what happened after halftime, but I don't know what Pat Mahomes put in his leg. But the boy, I ain't never seen him run 20 yards like that.
Yeah.
I was like, God, he trying to win that. Yeah, he did.
You never seen him run like that?
Like that? After he said he had a bummed ankle? Like that?
Man, he scampered him before a lot of times.
Like that? After he was just hurt? Like, oh, he just barely making it.
I mean, he did it. Was it the NFC Championship or second round? He did the same thing?
Man, but he
He's
wasn't like
solid with his feet for sure.
But like that yesterday, as hurt as he was, as hurt as he was,
I mean, you know,
like that.
Cortisone shots work wonders.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That same water Bugs Bunny had in Space Jam, the original one.
They gave it to him.
Yeah, they gave it to him.
Yeah.
He healed.
But nah, I was going for the Eagles, man. I feel like the defense showed up all up into the Super Bowl.
Oh, I'm about to say, because they didn't
He looking at me like, what did you even say? No, all up to the Super Bowl. All up into the Super Bowl, like the Eagles were showing up, and then when they got there, it was just like, man, the plays that they needed to make, you know, they couldn't. And it's like you see how the Eagles were taking majority of the quarters. Like, you know, they only had 3 to 4 possessions in the entire game. Like literally the entire game. The Eagles took damn near the whole second quarter and gave it to them at the 2-minute mark, 30-minute mark. Like it was like, wow, like they know when Pat Mahomes get the ball, he's a dangerous man. So Jalen Hurts did his part. 3 touchdowns, 304 yards, 1 passing touchdown. That was impressive. Yeah. Like, man, that was MVP candidate right there if he would have won. You know, and it's just like, dang, I hate that he lost that because, I mean, who's to know when they'll be back, you know? No, they'll be back eventually. Like, I can see probably another 5-6 years, you know?
That's a long time.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's a long time.
I mean, it's the last time that they did it, you know? But I just feel like, dang, like, it just you can't pay all them people. You know, that's why it's beneficial that they have 2 first-round picks this year. Please keep them. Please keep them. You know, because you can't afford all of them. We don't know what Brandon Graham is he going to retire? We don't know what he's going to do with that. We don't know where James Bradbury is going to go.
Somewhere else.
Yeah, we don't know. You know, some players that are not on long-term deals, and I mean, some people can afford them now. Atlanta,
Man, that's cool. I feel like
Atlanta.
personally, I feel like that was their chance last night, man. Like,
It was,
Yeah.
but now I do believe Jalen Hurts. Sorry, I mean cut you off.
not good.
I do believe Jalen Hurts will make it to the Super Bowl again eventually with the Eagles. It's just about like, hey, who can they get in office? I think, like you said, like we're gonna talk about that later about like the draft and everything. Now it's the offseason, but Devin Witherspoon going to the Eagles at pick 10 would be nice. You can replace Bradbury. That can already help you out. So just something to think about. But yeah.
I know.
Yeah, I mean-
oh, my bad.
Oh, go
I
ahead,
cut you
go
off,
ahead,
too.
go ahead.
I know when I had watched the game, it was interesting because I was like, we was all together at Joe Spot watching the game in the first half, and I remember we was talking like, yo, the Eagles really gonna have to hold on to what they're doing right now because I remember it kept being said, it was like, yo, you can't let 1-5 get loose, especially in the second half, because a lot of teams are second half teams, you know what I'm saying? And I remember I had left because I was going to my other homeboy's crib, and I left with 2 minutes left in the second or in the third quarter.
Yeah.
And when I got to his crib, it was like 5 minutes and 55 seconds, actually. That's what it was. I looked on the score, and I was like, yo, they was just up 28-14 damn near, and now it's a tie game, and now they struggling to come back and whatnot. So I feel like it was probably it was an historic game for sure, just off the sense that we had 2 black quarterbacks, and you had 2 brothers that were actually partaking in the game, playing against each other. I know I was feeling for I forget his name. What's Travis'
Jason
brother's name?
Kelce.
Jason Kelce.
Yeah.
I was feeling for him because I know he was hurting out there having to see a brother. Like, I couldn't imagine being out there having the confetti drop and you just like, damn, like I know what this feels like, but my brother, I'm happy for him, but it's at the same time, it's like, damn, I wish that was me. Yeah. But overall, it was a really fun game to watch. Overall, I love back and forth games like that, like people coming back. My squad when we made that historic comeback. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to, pull no heartstrings, but Devin, yeah.
Yeah, I'll say this, man. A couple of things. One, I'll say I'm going to give a shout out to Pat Mahomes because they had like a little press conference, I guess, with him after the game, as they always do. And they asked him about Jalen Hurts. He said, man, after tonight and how he played this season, like, y'all need to give that man respect. He's definitely a top quarterback in this league. I appreciate him doing that. And not just because he's black, not just because he's a quarterback, because he's good. He's bona fide good. He made me believe, like, man, okay, you can play, Jalen. Keep on doing your thing.
And I like how the Eagles are playing to his style. It's not like, oh, they're trying to make him be, you got to be this type of quarterback. This is the only way, the traditional way. However, some of these OCs and head coaches think it's like, hey, we're going to play to his playing style. He's a powerful runner. Like, he broke the Eagles record with rushing touchdowns as a quarterback. So it's like, you can see where his skill set is. And he could throw it. Now, that last play, that Hail Mary that he threw,
I don't know what was
man, he
up
had
there.
like a baby arm. But I think that kind of like maybe hurt his shoulder possibly. Like, I feel like his shoulder wasn't fully 100%. Yeah, he's saying that because it's game time. You know what I'm saying? People key in on that, right? But he's like, seeing that throw, it looked like it hurt. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't be surprised if, off season he get some help with that. So what I also like about what Peyton Manning said, is before I lose my thought, Peyton Manning, he said that now Pat Mahomes is now, he has a Hall of Fame, stats now. Like you could start talking about Hall of Fame talk. He's like, he's made it enough, and now he's tying what Eli Manning, Peyton Manning, and others with just 2 Super Bowls, and that's really hard to obtain, especially in the first 5 years of your league. So they showing we're seeing our future of the quarterback, Pat Mahomes. Like, he's taking over. Tom Brady retired, now literally it's Pat Mahomes' league.
Yeah. I agree with that. It's definitely his league. I forgot my thoughts. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, overall, it was a great game. Great, you know what I'm saying? Just really. No, you good. Great game. Back and forth. Oh, I was going to say, too, I think Eagles played too conservative the whole game. I think that they, they like you said, they took a lot of the game. That run style we talked about before, running. Yeah, it's good when you can be effective running the ball, but at some point, you got to have some big plays. You always hear people like commentate and say, where's the big plays? Like Pat Mahomes, the way he play, he can go down and score in 5 plays, any drive. You know what I'm saying? 5-11, like he can go get the bucket. And that's what I was saying. Like, you almost have to, like, when you start playing conservative, and it's almost like you don't believe in your defense, which the defense didn't show up, like you said. And also, it makes it seem like, well, we got to drain as much time down because we know 1-5, get the ball with 48 seconds or more, it's over.
Yeah, you can make anything
You know
happen.
what I'm saying? And that's basically what happened last night. Like, if they would have been able to go out there and not be so, conservative in a sense, like, it might have been a different game. You know what I'm saying? I think that, like, Jalen Hurts had over 300 yards passing. He had 3 rushing touchdowns and 2-point conversion. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I just, they needed some, and honestly, some of them things they do hurt. It wastes time. Like, you think about the Chiefs and how they scored, they went down. Like, there was about 45 seconds they could have had on that clock had Devontae Smith stayed in bounds on that long, wide open pass.
Oh, yeah.
Stepped out on the 2-yard line. Like, now that's more time on play clock, more time on clock coming down for the next 2 plays to score. Like, that hurts. You know what I'm saying? Because now that's 45 seconds you don't have on the other end when you need it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, offseason's here. Everybody's bulking up. You know what I'm saying? A lot of teams out here finna, switching coaching staffs. Teams gonna come back with a vengeance. I mean, teams like Miami having another year under their belt to play together. Teams like, you know what I'm saying, the Chargers. Teams like, the Giants, if they keep both their big players. Like, these teams are, coming. Buffalo is going to be there. So, I mean, it's hard to get to the Super Bowl, man. I mean, you got to think about Pat Mahomes. He's been there 3 times. He's won twice. But this is second time in the last 4 seasons. He didn't go 2 seasons in a row. So, it's tough. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. It's just, we're going to see. I hope he do get a ring. I wish we got it last night and just say, yeah, he got it. Get out the way. But it's tough.
Yeah, because it's crazy. They announced it yesterday that the OC for the Eagles is now going to be the head coach for the Colts.
Yep.
And the quarterback assistant, or maybe I got his title wrong. Excuse me, but he's going to be the one moved up to the OC.
OC.
Yeah, so it's like it's cool that they're promoting within, so they won't mess up what they got going, and they understand the culture. So no new OC can come in and try to change what Jalen Hurts had going.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that, but yeah, like. Great team split up. That would have been crazy. They would have won. They would have split up regardless. They're gonna still split up. They can't retain everyone. And that's when you start seeing the rebuilding, semi-rebuilding. But I think Howie, he did a great job. He did a great job. You know what I'm saying, with how he drafts. He did a great job with even getting the old Broncos defensive coordinator in for the Super Bowl week to try to tweak their defense before he heads out. So I thought that was pretty cool too. It's just a matter of time. I think the Eagles will be back. Give about 4 or 5 years. Mm-hmm. But hey,
that's a long gap.
The Falcons, we coming. We coming. It's time.
We're gonna see.
So fan statement. Last thing
time.
I'll say too about the Super Bowl. Eric Bieniemy. I said this last night too before the people on TV said it too. Eric Bieniemy is showing you why he should have a head coaching job. Some of these NFL teams should have been like, I ain't hiring nobody to have the Super Bowl. Because Eric Bieniemy, the way he went to the locker room down 14 points, so you know what? Okay, cool. Boom, carry the 1, -5, bow, got you. Came out there and called a perfect game. Like, literally, Pat Mahomes had 1 incomplete pass second half, and it was a throwaway. He scored 2 touchdowns on the same play, opposite sides of the field. Like, he just called a perfect... The same exact play. He called just 2 different receivers, opposite sides of the field, but he called a perfect game. He worked with Mahomes' leg. He knew not to try to make him do a whole bunch of stuff, no bootlegs. He just worked in the game. He got the ball back in Pacheco's hand, let him run, the hard running he was doing. Like, they came back with a vengeance, man, and won that game. And Eric Bieniemy, I saw he hugged Andy Reid. He just, like, jumped in his arms real hard and hugged him real hard. Like, man, like, I'm that dude. Like, he's that dude, man. He's the top OC in the game right now. He's showing everybody. He's basically D'Amico Ryans on the other side of the ball.
Y'all think Pat can be the next Tom Brady?
No. Yeah. You mean as far as rings or like passing up his record?
I mean, like rings, like just as far as his legacy and whatnot. What y'all think? Because what year is he in right now in his 10-year? He got a 10-year contract, right?
But for the contract, this is.
I think it's the second year. Yeah.
Second year out of 10
years. This year
years,
5, he got in 2017.
Okay, so y'all feel like, I mean, shit, he got 2 years out of 10 years, so 8 years left in that contract. That's a lot of time to make something shake. I'm not gonna say he's gonna go win another 5 rings to tie him like straight back to back, but I feel like he can give him a run for his money. Tom Brady, that's my.
You do got to play 15 more years at least to even be in this conversation.
And I think he is gonna do that. I think Pat can probably get at least 3 more rings. I can see him getting like 5 rings. Like, he already got 2 in the first 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, the trajectory of getting it and coming there, getting there 4 out of the 5 times, right? Or 3 out of the 5 times. So this is his 3rd Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
He's won 2 out of 3. He's 66% on that alone. Who's to say he has 4 more Super Bowls that he may make? Because Andy Reid, they interviewed him yesterday before the Super Bowl. He was like, hey, I don't know when I'm retired. With a great mind like that, and you're winning, you have Pat Mahomes. Why would you want to leave? Y'all got a chance to run it back.
Mm-hmm.
Their percentage is pretty high to get there that many times.
Yeah.
3 times. 3 out of the 5 years Pat Mahomes has been in the office, they've made it to the AFC Championship or the Super Bowl.
It's a 3-headed monster right now in the AFC. Bengals, Bills, and Chiefs. And right now, for a while, you're gonna have them 3 teams right there. You know, in that little triangle of trying to. One of them 3 teams gonna come out pretty much every year for the next few years.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. I always, because NFL is different. NFL, you're so dependent on so many people. Like, it's not like basketball. It's not like baseball, or even baseball, the same thing. But it's not like golf or tennis. Like, you can be a great shutdown corner and almost be a non-factor. You know what I'm saying? If all the other 52 players don't succeed. You know what I'm saying? At least the other 21. You know what I'm saying? Don't do their part. So it's a different game. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he, you know.
It's like football is the definition of team sport.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so different. Even a kicker.
Shout out to Nick Bolton. Great game.
Oh, man.
Great game.
Man.
Great game.
Man. Yeah. He big time.
Yeah. He
Big
changed.
time.
He helped shift that momentum for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
And almost had 2. Should have had 2. Maybe I would say, to answer your question, I'll say this, man. Tom Brady has 7 rings, right? Mm-hmm. 7 rings. Played 23 years in the league. Went to the championship 10 times, right? Or 11 times. 11. He lost 4 times or 3 times?
4.
I know he lost twice to the Giants.
Twice to the Giants, once to the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
once to the
Eagles
Seahawks,
and once to the Seahawks. So he lost 4. So he went 11 times. It's kind of like the LeBron Jordan thing. Like, going 11 times is amazing. He won 7 of those 11. If Mahomes goes 11 times and wins 4, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's going to have to, Tom Brady has, a lot of those records as well, too. Like, he's going to have to, break those records and rings. You know what I'm saying?
But think about it like this, all right? If we're talking about rings, right, we get that. That makes him, literally we see why Tom Brady, those are his 7 rings. You know, Cam Jordan said it on the pivot. That he was just it's crazy how people be like, yeah, I'm 2-time Super Bowl champ, or I'm this Super Bowl champ, but you didn't really contribute to that Super Bowl. You are Super Bowl champ, but it's not really the reason that they won. Mm-hmm. So it's he said that he wasn't trying to hear, people saying yeah, I'm 2-time Super Bowl champ, but we don't see you making no plays, right? I look at it like
you could be a bench player and still go get a ring,
right? Melvin Gordon saw him last night. For sure. 100%. I'm just saying.
No. But now with that being said, I look at it like if that was to happen and Pat only come out with 4 or 5 out of the 11, right? Clearly it's a lower percentage, but it's the talent that Pat Mahomes has that Tom Brady didn't have. You know what I'm saying? Tom Brady has the longevity over him, but it's not the skill set, because Pat Mahomes is the skill set. He's what you see in a quarterback that can get it done. It's just the fundamentals with Tom Brady.
Tom Brady was like a pure pocket passer. You're not gonna see him going outside the pocket. If he get any type of pressure, backside pressure from the backside tackle, he gets beat or something like that, he can try to run off, but they're gonna get him.
Yeah.
But the thing with Pat is he can make plays with his feet.
Houdini.
You know what I'm saying? He gonna run, he can dive and throw the ball 20 yards down the field and throw a dot.
Yeah.
And be able to move the ball down the field and whatnot. But with Tom Brady, he had Gronk. Gronk was his Kelsey to Patrick. You know what I'm saying? And me and my homeboy was talking about it yesterday with his receivers. His receivers he had on a regular basis, especially towards that back stint of him being with the Patriots. He had Amendola, he had Edelman. You know what I'm saying? Which was a big factor in the short game and midfield game and whatnot. But he didn't have any big deep threats. When Pat was playing, when Tyreek Hill was on the team, you had to deal with Pat being able to periodically run the ball, throw the short game at the running backs and whatnot. And you're going to have to worry about Travis Kelce being out in the flat or, running a hook curl, being in the middle of the field. And you had to worry about keeping up with Tyreek Hill. So, and then being that Kelce as a tight end, he can line up one-on-one with one of your best DBs and still get open. So now as a defense, you're trying to sit there and be like, okay, how are we strategically going to play defense on all of these threats they got all over the field? You know what I'm saying? I can imagine them having Tyreek Hill right now, with Pacheco in the backfield. I think I said his name right. Both of them speed demons, you know what I'm saying? They can attack you from anywhere on the field, and they can still run the ball. But with Tom Brady, they was having new running backs periodically coming through. I know Sony Michel was there for a good amount of time. They had White in the backfield and whatnot. Burkhead, shout out to Burkhead. He played football, my brother. But they had a good amount of people coming through there, but they didn't have like anything solidified in their offense skill-wise besides Tom and Gronk. They knew, okay, that's going to be a problem. Edelman, they knew, okay, he's small, but he's going to be running across the field. Like, we got to keep our eyes on him. We got to look at both of them. Amendola, he might be able to pop open, not every now and then because he was getting some burn for real, but the people that Tom Brady was able to have his success with, imagine if he would have had a Tyreek Hill. Imagine if he would have had like some of these other players.
Like a Randy Moss.
You know, like he won that ring with Randy and whatnot. And he was going crazy. That was his deep threat that he had. You know what I'm saying?
No, Randy don't have no rings.
He don't have no rings? Okay, I might be mistaken.
That's when they went undefeated and lost in championship.
Okay, that's what it was then. So they didn't win. But even when he had Randy, that was his deep threat. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was, people had to worry about that. And imagine they had Randy, and if Gronk was they had Gronk, like a prime Gronk and Randy. Oh, man, that would have been
And
Hernandez,
Wes
all
Welker.
that. Yep. That would have been going crazy. And that's why like, Tom is Tom. But I feel like as long as Pat is able to have these weapons with him, like, I feel like him and Travis Kelce never going to leave each other unless something happens.
But that was just,
Kelce
to me,
played 10 years already.
Huh?
Kelsey's already played 10 years.
Yeah, I think he can go for another 5, 6 at the same level. But to top off what y'all said, like with Pat Mahomes, he showed you this year he don't need top receivers. Losing Tyreek Hill, yes, I mean we know Travis Kelce is arguably soon to be the greatest tight end to ever play. I can see that as long as he keeps playing and keep putting up those numbers and keep getting those accolades as he's getting. There, Tony Gonzalez will become second, but with Pat Mahomes, like Juju Smith-Schuster, average. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, average. Sky Moore, rookie. Right? Isaiah Pacheco, rookie. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, hurt. Right? Mecole Hardman, hurt. Right? So you're really not dealing with weapons. We don't hear Odell Beckham. We don't hear people like that. We had Sammy Watkins. That didn't work out, right? You don't hear those top dog receivers. You're hearing some wide receiver number 2s and 3s that he making look like 1s and 2s. And that's because it's Pat Mahomes.
I'll say this too. Sometimes I think that sometimes when you go from one place to another place, sometimes that system can, and it maybe means you're a system player. I don't know, but like for example, you hear like Ocho Cinco say it all the time. You hear like Corey Dillon, you know what I'm saying, big time running back, was with the Bengals for years. Like a lot of players when they went to New England, they weren't nearly as good as they were at other places. I feel like Juju Smith-Schuster, he showed he was like a good receiver in Pittsburgh. You know what I'm saying? He's only 1 year removed from that. And so I feel like this is his first year somewhere else besides Pittsburgh, right? Yeah, so I think that, maybe like the lingo is different. Maybe playing with somebody like Pat Mahomes is different. You know what I'm saying? We can definitely agree Pat Mahomes and Ben Roethlisberger are two different people. Like, so I think, maybe dealing with a quarterback who can move around and extend like so much. He had an old Ben Roethlisberger who wasn't doing that. You know what I'm saying? I think maybe that, I don't know if, like, what I'm trying to say is, like, for example, I think Juju gone. I think Juju go somewhere else next year. He might be back to that what he was.
That way he can be like that guy on
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think sometimes when you're playing, and also a lot of times when you're on a team where the tight end is the go-to. Think about how great Mike Evans was before Tom Brady got there. When Tom Brady went to Tampa Bay, he took Gronk with him. Everybody took a backseat to Gronk. Old ass Gronk. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody who's on a receiving room took a backseat to Gronk. Sometimes your number one option is your tight end. Another team, Baltimore. It's hard for any receiver to look like they that dude. You know what I'm saying? Tyreek Hill is literally like a created player for real. 99 everything. You know what I'm saying? Just go get the ball. You know what I'm saying? But like anybody else, you think about it, ain't nobody else really been looking like that besides on that team besides Kelce. Like Kelce, that go-to guy. So I think it's hard for any receiver to kind of shine. Yeah.
I like that.
Yep. But so now we jumping into off season. Off season,
exciting time.
Yeah, off seasons is where like really like. So now we have the official order of the draft.
Yep.
Because they always kind of wait for like the whatever team gonna be that last 31, 32. We know Eagles 31, and we know Chiefs 32. I think that means Eagles got 2 picks in the first round now.
They have the 10th and 31st because it's only 31 picks this year because of
Miami. Forfeited. So 10th and 31st. But yeah, so I mean, a couple things thinking about. You're gonna see these two guys up a lot, C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young. They are. Well, I'll say this: it's almost unanimous that the number one prospect at a quarterback position coming out this year is Bryce Young. Whoever number 2 is always up for debate. It could be C.J. Stroud, it could be Will Levis, it could be Anthony Richardson, it could be what's the guy? Tanner McKee. It could be a plethora of other guys. My boy Stetson Bennett, not really, but that's my guy. Could be
No.
a Panther. Huh?
No, not first round, brother. I let him because he always gonna throw Stetson Bennett, and I think Stetson Bennett is valid. Being a 28-year-old quarterback.
Stet, 25.
sorry.
But hey, go get Jerry, go get Stet. But anyway,
might work.
Stetson Bennett, go get him. Anyway, that's my guy. Nah, I just what I'm saying, like with the off season upon us, you think about just like all the things happening, all the moving pieces. I actually always said this. I hate the way the NFL order is. It's off season, then you have combine, you have draft before free agency. I think that's so backwards. You know what I'm saying? I think maybe NBA does the same thing, but I would love to like do it in reverse. Like, let me go get my free agents first, so I know what I need to draft. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you mess around and have a player like you could be the Raiders and go sign Aaron Rodgers, and now you got a good 3-4 years left. You don't need to go get a quarterback. You can go get some top defensive players or whatever and build for the future. You know what I'm saying? Get a quarterback later. So I don't know if I don't know. Cause if you think about if the Raiders get Aaron Rodgers and they somehow keep that 7th pick and they draft Bryce Young or any quarterback, he ain't playing.
The 7th pick is gone if Aaron Rodgers is coming to.
I'm saying for example, let's say somehow they keep it. But I'm just saying in a scenario. I'm saying,
No, hold on, wait. Let me comment on it. So I feel what you're saying because if they were to go. When you were talking about the debate between having free agency before you have your draft, I like that too because if they're wanting to go get Aaron Rodgers, if they know, okay, yeah, like we have a possibility of getting Aaron Rodgers, so thinking about getting ourselves a quarterback right now, we can put that on the backside and think about a different player to get. Now, if they were to go through and trying to have like a safety net of like, hey, there might be a chance we're not able to get Aaron, you know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and draft this first round caliber quarterback, and then they get him, and then Aaron is like, hey, matter of fact, I do want to come there. Now you in a situation where you got a first round quarterback draft
for
pick,
3 years.
and then you got Aaron Rodgers, and now it's like, oh, what we gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Now he's sitting there as a backup when he could be somewhere else playing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Starting for somebody. So I feel what you're saying with that because you can definitely mold your team and move some players around to cater to how you want your draft prediction to actually be. Because once you draft and then you able to go do free agency, now it's like, okay, and how we gonna trade some people around? How we gonna do this? How we gonna do that? We gotta miss out on this person because we drafted this dude in the first or second round. Like,
yeah.
So I feel exactly what you're saying. I would have to flip too.
And first and second round, I just learned this the other day. First and second round players are guaranteed 2 years in the league. First round is 3 years. And so if I'm the Raiders, I get Aaron Rodgers, and then after I draft CJ Stroud, well, CJ Stroud's sitting behind Aaron Rodgers because I don't know what he can do yet. And so now it's kind of like the Packers when we went and got Jordan Love. Like now we have players just sitting there. We could have went and got something else. Like we don't need that. It's not a need right now. Go get something else. So
I'm excited to see Jordan Love. Like
I don't know.
I want to see what he could do. You got Christian Watson now, who's proven that he's good. You got Romeo Doubs, who proved that he was good. So you got some receivers in there. I don't think Randall Cobb will probably be there, but I feel like those two receivers. You got a young core. You still got a young quarterback. He's only been 3 years in the league.
They're cutting Aaron Jones. They said that's dumb.
That hurts.
They're gonna cut him for AJ Dillon. Nah, I like my utility back better.
Hey, Dallas, go get him.
How long Randall Cobb been in the league?
He's been there for a while. I'll look it up though.
So I was gonna say-
One of Aaron Rodgers' best friends.
Let me see if I got it right. Randall Cobb, Kentucky. He came out in 2000.
Because him and A-Rod had a good connection.
12.
Yeah, they're like best friends.
Let's see if I'm right.
2011.
2011. Dang.
Wouldn't it be crazy? Just imagine this, like hypothetical. Imagine they end up picking up A-Rod, and then they're like, "Hey, yo, we're gonna pick up Randall Cobb too. That way, he got Randall Cobb and he got."
Devontae.
I don't like that because I just could see Hunter Renfro. He's better.
Well, Kyle would be the slot 3, like he is now.
Okay, I can see that.
That could be a cool little system. Little system.
That'd be cool. I think they can afford, get Randall Cobbs on a little cheap deal.
I feel like he would take a little pay cut just to go there, be able to play with A-Rod and you know what I'm saying, everybody else there. That way, they can end up because people be saying, I mean, you never know. Like they get A-Rod and you got Devontae Adams and whatnot. Like they say they're a Super Bowl caliber team. Like they can end up getting there.
Raiders just missing a quarterback in my opinion. They just miss. Honestly, I would say this too. Like I'm
some DBs too. What you talking about?
I'm a big Derek Carr. I'm
Toastmasters.
a big Derek Carr fan. I feel like he didn't get a fair shot over there. But I think even currently constructed, even with the bad DBs, like you get the right quarterback over there with Josh McDaniels and that team, they're gonna be a team to be reckoned with in the AFC for sure. Yeah, I mean you got number one. When you have I think it's different having like a number one receiver and then having like like a bona fide, like this is the guy, like and like a Devontae Adams. Like Devontae Adams is gonna be amazing anywhere he go. You know what I'm saying? So these niggas end up throwing the ball. Even with that bad season they had, he still had 1,400 receiving yards this year. Like that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? He letting you know like I'm gonna get it done regardless. You know what I'm saying? So I think that now you give him somebody he knows very well, knows him through the back shoulder, when to turn around for the back shoulder, like all that type of stuff. Like the possibilities are endless. And Josh Jacobs might come back too.
Might see some better football out of Aaron Rodgers if he's there because it's in the dome.
Yep.
And he with some people he actually want to be there with. He got some targets.
And he liked the West Coast.
He liked the West Coast. Yeah, but I said that. He likes the West Coast. So
I mean, I heard what you were saying about the DBs and whatnot. Like, yeah, defense wins championships, but offense wins games. You feel what I'm saying?
Proved that last night.
Hey, I was just going to say, you see a prime example with the Eagles last night. You know what I'm saying?
Fly away. They didn't do anything last night.
And
Hassan Reddick was nothing.
Yeah.
Damn. Anyway, tough. I wanted to ask you about the combine. That's a big deal. Combine is kind of like, if you don't know, everybody listening, it's kind of like a tryout in a sense for the NFL. Same thing with pro days. Is there anybody that you're interested in seeing, you know what I'm saying, with the, combine coming up? Anybody that you're interested, like whether a big name or lower name, like anybody that you just want to see?
I got somebody in mind. I went to high school with him. He was a few years younger than me, but Jalen Jones.
Jalen Jones, yeah.
Yeah, DB up out of A&M. Played DB for us up there still. I'm excited to see what he can do because I know I got two other homeboys from high school that actually went to the league a couple years ago, JT Woods and Caden Stern. So it was exciting being able to see them throughout that process, going to the league, growing up with them. Seeing him throughout like middle school and high school and whatnot. So Jalen's actually the brother of one of my homeboys I had in school. So he's might be 3 years younger than me. So I wasn't able to see him prosper on varsity with all of us when we was first playing because he was a youngin'. But seeing what he's prospered to be right now, I'm very excited. It's always good to see somebody Yeah,
they had him slotted as a possible first round pick a couple weeks ago when we were looking at the thing. So he's one of them long now prototype corners for the league. He's 6'2", 6'3", long. Fast, strong, so with that press corner, get lock somebody up over there is pretty dope. So I think who you interested in?
I got two. Kenny McIntosh, the running back from Georgia,
okay,
senior. Yeah, man. I want to see if he can creep up in the third round. I think he's a great back. I think anybody that get him has a dog. I'm excited to see how his pro day is going, how his combine is gonna go. I think he's gonna be a great fit in the NFL. And to think about somebody else. D.Jones Robinson.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's my guy. Hook him, right? I'm excited to see where he goes. I would love to see, already. But it's really,
that's not really not. Are you Nebraska? Is your brother?
Yeah, right now I ain't no Go Big Red fan, but my brother was there. Yeah, it was Go Big Red everything.
Good for you.
Yeah. So I like D.Jones Robinson. Man, I just been thinking even riding over here, I was just hypothetical, right? What if D.Jones Robinson was drafted to the Chiefs in the end of the round, the first round?
I feel like that would contribute to them having an actual powerful running game because he's more he can run downhill for real. He can definitely get to the outside and outrun some
catch
people.
Out of bounds. He could do what Clyde Edwards-Helaire can, but better. Yeah. He can do what
It won't happen.
Huh?
Pacheco showed you last night he's gonna be the future back.
No, yeah, for sure. I agree with that because Pacheco can run the ball, you know what I'm saying? But as far as I feel like I'm an offensive player, you know what I'm saying? I played offense.
Running back too, right?
Yeah, I was an H-back. I was an H-back, so I was at running back, fullback, tight end. I played slot.
Brendan Brady?
Too. Yeah, Brendan Brady, he graduated a year after me. Okay. Had running backs like Travell Lumpkin. We had some good running backs. My brother played with Malcolm and whatnot. So the way our offense was made is we would run a power I. But then we also get into a spread offense. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And one thing our coach prided himself on was, we're going to be rotating people in because we would huddle up every play and then we get under center, snap the ball. That's what it was like. My brother was there. But then my senior year, we started doing hurry up offense. We get out there, run a play. We look on the sideline, they holding up signals and stuff. And then we'd have running backs rotating in to where, because we have a running back, might hit the A gap, boom, break off 20, 30 yards, boom, get another running back in. He might be out there just like Brendan Brady, great runner. He can run the ball tremendously, but he was a threat coming out of the backfield too. Because not only was he a quarterback growing up, because we would throw the sweep to him, he'll throw the ball downfield or give him a sweep to the outside. He can outrun you, but he'll also lower his shoulder and run you over through the tackles. You know what I'm saying? So it was always good for us because we're able to have an elusive back that can get out the backfield, outrun you like a Justin Stockton. Mm-hmm. Justin Stockton, bro, he was the fastest person I've ever seen run in person. And seeing him, I remember my freshman year where I'm up in the student section. I see him throw him a pitch. He's running out to the hashes. He sees the defender, sticks foot. The defender runs this way. And he goes, boom, straight up the hash mark and just like a straight 40. Nobody could catch him. And then we had other running backs as we got moved up, like my homeboy Travell. He would get the ball and he was like a power runner. But he was fast. Like he'll outrun you. But basically, I say all that to say, if I'm an OC, if I can get a power running back or a balance, he's a balanced running back. I feel like Bijan, if you created him in a video game, they would list him as a balanced back. He can run through the tackles, get you them 3, 4, 5 yards you need, but also he can go to the outside and outrun. He can also get in the flat, run a little hook the curl route, you know what I'm saying? A little hook 'em route down the sideline, run out there, do screens, all that type of stuff. So having that type of person, if hypothetically, like you were saying, if the Chiefs were able to acquire him and then be able to rotate him and Pacheco in, oh my God, that would
Scary
be crazy.
sight.
But that's unlikely to happen. I feel
It ain't happening. So
Bijan gonna go top 20.
I'm gonna tell you right now. So this is what I predict if I give my combine. What I predict happened with Bijan. And it don't sound biased, but one thing I know about Jerry Jones, our GM, who I wish would retire. He loves to like get the big name. Like every year, he's looking for that big name. Like he literally almost drafted Johnny Manziel. You know what I'm saying? Instead of one of them future Hall of Fame linemen we got.
Yeah.
And so like we're 25. If Bijan's sitting there around, you know what I'm saying, 17, 18, like he definitely gonna trade up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it'd be good for them to get him.
Yeah, he definitely gonna trade him and go get Bijan. Especially you got Pollard right now who's hurt, and they already talking about him going to the Broncos with Sean Payton. You got Ezekiel Elliott who needs to been gone.
Yeah, he's on his way
like
out.
You really, that's perfect for us. You know what I'm saying? And when they showed him the other day, it said Bijan in the mock draft. It shows you going to Dallas. He was like, oh man,
that's pick 26.
That was. I don't even know what to say.
Said, man, it's home. Like
he was flipping his locks, like, man, dude, you want the pizza? Like, now my combine things. I'm gonna say my guy said earlier, Stetson Bennett. I think Stetson is what he's like a he kind of like a Brock Purdy. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like all he needs is a chance to get in the field. He's gonna show you what he can do. His whole story has been like that. You know what I'm saying? Like went to Georgia, left, went to college as a walk on at a JUCO, came back. When he got back to Georgia, they said you got to earn your spot. They put him last. Somebody got hurt. Somebody was bad. He got in the game, won 2 ships. Like, I mean, you got to crown him at some point. And my other guy. I love
who he was behind.
JT Daniels, right?
And somebody else the year before that.
Justin Fields. Yeah, Justin Fields. Justin Fields before he went to Ohio State.
Yep.
But what I would say too is my other guy, and I think this guy I've been really big on him even when he was in high school. And I think that he's getting like a bad rap for some reason now, but I think when he gets to the league, he's gonna show out, and that's Keely Ringo. I love corners. I think he's gonna be really, really good when he gets to the league. I think that he just needs the right opportunity, and I think the right team is going to draft him like a Seattle, the other side of Tariq Woolen, or Pittsburgh, that gutter in the ditch type hard working mentality. Somebody like that who can really kind of like teach him the way how to be a pro. He gets to the right team, man. It's going to be because I think a lot of times when you have all that name behind you, Joey Porter Jr., Devon Witherspoon, they expect you to be good because you're so touted after. Sometimes these are kids at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? We're all young, but they're really young, 19, 20, 21. Like, they're super young. So, like, a lot of times, these players, like, they are, you know what I'm saying, like, that pressure is too much for them. And like I said last episode, too, depending on where you go, that stage might be too big. Not everybody can play in Dallas with that star. Not everybody can play in Kansas City with Mahomes. Not everybody can play in New England. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes that stage, that pedigree is too much. You know what I'm saying? So.
And while I heard you, I didn't mean to cut you off. You was going to start talking, but I heard you bring up Tariq Woolen. It made me think about, they just gave out some awards this year for the NFL. And I feel like the Offensive Rookie of the Year, I agreed with that. Garrett Wilson did go crazy. But I was really pulling for Tariq. This is me personally. I was pulling for Tariq for that Defensive Rookie of the Year. You know what I'm saying?
We all was.
And it's not just being biased because, UTSA alumni and whatnot, but I know, like, Sauce Gardner, he was definitely deserving of it. But when I'm thinking about a rookie going out there, I think he had, 6 picks?
Yeah.
That was crazy. And then I heard some people comparing his picks that he had to Sauce's pass breakups and whatnot. It's like, yeah, he had a good amount of pass breakups, but Tariq is going to get the ball. Like, he's changing the game.
Giving the offense another possession.
You know what I'm saying? He's doing that. So I didn't really agree with, we knew a couple weeks going into it that they were probably going to give it to Sauce because I feel like it's not marketing. Like a marketing perspective of it wouldn't be the correct way of saying it, but Sauce is like a brand, you know what I'm saying? Like
the name, Sauce.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Big draft pick and whatnot. They just like, yeah, it's only right. And then they also talking about, this is the first time in a while, or the first time in general, that 2 rookies from the same team got the award and whatnot. So I feel like
what's his name? He didn't get it. I thought you didn't get it.
Gary Wilson got it.
no,
Brock
Garrett Wilson
Purdy got it.
No, he didn't.
No, Garrett Wilson got rookie of the year, offensive rookie of the year.
I just told you the other day to get it Brock Purdy.
No, they gave it to Gary Wilson.
All right, I'm gonna look. Go ahead, talk.
Yeah, we can fact check it real quick just so we ain't talking nonsense. But yeah, I was pulling for Tariq, man. I'm really proud of him too, because I remember walking around UTSA, seeing him. Actually, when I came to UTSA, I was a PWO when I first got there, and then just a little history about me. I was PWO, prefer walk on. People who don't really know, but if you're watching this, I'm sure you know what that means. I graduated high school in 2017, and we was in the same class coming in. We were supposed to come in that summer, but I decided to go JUCO because I was just trying to help myself out with, financially and whatnot. And then once I got back out there, we would chop it up. It was cool because like me, him, Frank Harris, like a couple other people all came in together, my homeboy Day. And then just him starting off as a receiver. He was a tall, lanky kid, but then as the years went by, I had stopped playing ball after that. But years was going by. They switched him to DB. A lot of people was doubting him because they was just like, I don't know how he's going to do at corner. But his first year out there, he was going crazy. He had a big old club on his fist and all that stuff too. A couple of
Trai,
games he was
right?
playing. Yeah. Then he went out there and spazzed. And then even whenever it came down to the draft, like when he ran that 40, man, they was like, yeah, this is one of them ones. Got in the league and just never looked back. He's doing great.
That's why Richard Sherman is so big on him, because like it's kind of the same story. Richard Sherman went to Stanford, played with Andrew Luck. People don't know that, but he played wide receiver at Stanford with Andrew Luck his first 2 years. He got into a hardball one day, and hardball was like, man, get off my field. And like Richard Sherman went to the DB coach and he said, hey, you want to play? Kind of remember the Titans? Come play for my side. And
Yeah.
went over there and he Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be in the Hall of Fame, first ballot. So that's dope. That's super dope.
Okay.
For sure. Everybody get a 2 in the combine.
I got a couple more players.
Go ahead,
you know me. I like Kelly Ringo too, but another corner. I mean the hype, but hey, the tape don't lie either. Joey Porter Jr.
I knew you were going there.
Yeah, I'm excited to see him. I want to see what 40 is. He going to run in the 4.4 range? He's going to run in the 4.3 range. I'm excited to just see what he's going to do. Can he live up to the hype? His dad was a dog, but I mean, we see at Penn State he's a dog, but it's like, hey, like depending, like you said, what stage can he go to? If he go to like a low marketing team, you know what I'm saying? Maybe the pressure won't be as high. It'll still be pressure for the name, but it won't be as pressure as far as like the success in the city that you're in.
2 teams you better not go to: Pittsburgh and Jets. Do not go there.
Oh, because his dad.
Yes, you don't want to play behind your dad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, he ain't going to the Jets. That'd be crazy if the Jets got him. But I could see him going, in the 10 to 19 range. I would like him in Detroit. Go help out. Go help out Jeff Okudah. Go be the guy if Jeff Okudah can't. And I think the Lions are pretty good. Like, hey, they need a DB. They need another one. I'll get Joey Porter Jr. there. I also can see Joey Porter Jr. going somewhere like Atlanta, but I just don't like him going at 8. I don't want him going to 8. I don't want a corner at 8.
Yeah.
If it's not an edge rusher like Miles Murphy,
Tyree Wilson, you better go get him. That's what y'all need.
yeah, we need a ferocious edge rusher. That's the most important thing. And then second, I would say go in the trenches, go to offensive line. Then but the way the cards may fall, like if a corner is the best available, go get Joey Porter Jr.
So if CJ Stroud there, you don't want him?
You see, I put him in my mock draft earlier today. I like CJ Stroud only if he falls to 8, but I don't believe he will fall to 8.
What if Will Levis is there at 8? You want him?
No.
Anthony Richardson?
No.
Okay, so only CJ Stroud or Bryce Young you want?
If it's Bryce Young, ain't no way Bryce Young going past 5.
Well, you have a chance to trade for the first round pick.
We got the money. Must be the money.
Well, what if they did that? Would you be happy?
To get Bryce Young, I wouldn't be mad.
That's my question, though. Would you be happy?
So I got a QB question. Like, this is me just thinking about the future, though.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about Colorado, right? And I'm thinking about Deion and everything he got going on over there. And his son, Shador, he was making some noise over there at Jackson State and whatnot. But how do y'all feel that him going to the Pac-12, being at this big school and whatnot, I feel like he'll still do good. Like, he'll still be successful there. But when it comes to him going to the league, like, how do you think that's going to turn out for him? Do you think they're going to try to do him like how they did Lamar, like
Nope.
try to switch him somewhere else? Or do you think he'll actually be able to go in there and be a top quarterback pick?
He'll
And
be a top quarterback.
Yeah, his arm is crazy.
Yeah, but I don't think he won't be number 1 or number 2 next year. I can't see that. You already got some quarterbacks like Caleb Williams, Drake May coming out next year, but Shador could be like the 3rd or 4th quarterback off the board as far as the position. And I think they won't even play him. They won't even play with his name like that because of who his dad is.
Where could y'all see him going? Like, what do you think a good team? Like, if he could just go anywhere, if anybody could pick him up, like, what you think?
If anybody pick him up as of this year, I mean, because we'll have to see how
Right
next
now,
year
I
plays
got a
out.
perfect team right now in my head. Go ahead.
You got a perfect team?
Go ahead.
I would say someone like.
I feel like I know who you're gonna say.
It's not. It definitely ain't Dallas.
Look, nah.
You go ahead.
Minnesota.
Over Kirk Cousins?
I mean, Kirk Cousins need a backup eventually.
What about what's in there for
Kellen Mond couldn't do it.
But you gotta think, hey, two not gonna want to be no backup. You hear how he talk about himself. Like,
But two got to know when he come in the league, if someone is better than you and someone is producing at a high level, two gonna sit.
But think
down.
about if he goes to Minnesota, that can change up the whole like dynamic of their offense for real. Like,
But we just don't know. I'm just saying,
not in a
we don't
bad
know
way
how long
though.
Kirk Cousins got.
Not in
you
a
know?
bad way though, because he can go there and actually like make some shade. You got Justin Jefferson. He could actually get outside the pocket and really just hood. Like, you know what I'm saying?
He's not really a runner.
No, I'm saying, but he's probably a better runner than Kirk Cousins
Yeah,
is. You know what I'm saying? So he can actually make some.
I was just
shade.
thinking of a team that's already having some type of success, you know, like record wise. That a quarterback just like Kirk Cousins is old. Kirk Cousins is look it up.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins has been in the league almost 12, 13 years. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, hey, like how long do you think he got? You know what I'm saying? Why not have a secure backup that can probably play immediately? You know, yeah. What year?
That was cool. I mean, 2012.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So it's been
10 years.
11 coming into next year. But,
Yeah, this will be his 11th year.
But, you know, like, hey, why not have somebody sitting there ready? Like, you know what I'm saying? Ready to play. You know, with the type of crowd Justin Jefferson bring. They like the same person. I feel like they would mesh. You know, I'm thinking about somebody would mesh. I would see him in Detroit. I think, you know, Jared Goff, we don't know, you know, what he'll have, but he'll have some young talent. I think they're gonna go. You already got Jameson Williams there that we haven't seen. You know what I'm saying? You got DJ Chark as of now. I think he's in the free agency. So having some of those guys there can help him out too.
So I know y'all love DBs. What you think about Shiloh, his brother? You think he got a chance or what?
Yep, I would love to see him in the nickel position.
I think he play great at free safety. He can hit. He can cover really well. I think he needs to stay at free safety, just bona fide roaming safety. As far as Shadur, a team right now in my head, I think he'd be perfect over there in New Orleans. Perfect team culture.
I don't know why I thought you was gonna say Atlanta. I was like, he might say Atlanta.
That's another good city.
Yeah.
I think with him,
I'll be turned.
with him, I think he really needs like a lot of his culture
Yeah.
surrounding him, and putting their arms around him. He needs like a Atlanta. He needs a Detroit, perhaps. He needs a New Orleans. I don't think he needs to go anywhere like a Miami.
Yeah, he don't need to go nowhere he can bump heads. with
Anywhere
people,
flashy,
you know what I'm saying?
period. Like he don't need to go anywhere where he can go out there and get in trouble. He don't need to
Bruh,
be nowhere
just
in LA. You know what I'm
imagine-
saying?
He be in Atlanta.
Imagine, bro, if
Yeah, I
you go
think
to
different,
Atlanta,
though.
he gonna be plugged in because Dion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Dion gonna make sure.
That
Like,
was
hey,
the reason
yo,
that he went to Atlanta.
It's like Dion gonna make sure, like, hey, y'all make sure my boy ain't messing up. You know what I'm saying? And he's plugged in for sure. So if Shador's on some BS, he gonna be like, hey, bro, what you embarrassing my name in my city that, you know what I'm saying, I helped build while I was playing ball.
But
So
you
that'd be a dope
can
little city
tell
for him to
he's
go to.
trained them to be professionals.
Yeah.
You know, he's trained them to be those type of people in the light. So I mean,
He's the most well-rounded of all the kids.
yeah. Shador's gonna be a successful NFL quarterback for sure.
Yeah.
You know, did you hear with Dion? A couple weeks ago, he put a story out. The NFL team that he really, really wanted to play for, Cincinnati Bengals.
For real?
He said he played for the Cincinnati Reds. He just wanted to have. He said like he kept on like trying to reach out, but they wouldn't call him back. He said he wanted to play in Cincinnati and just be there and have his career in Cincinnati.
Dang. Cincinnati.
Because did he get drafted to the Reds before he got drafted to the NFL, or was that after the fact?
I don't know.
Because I know baseball, they can draft you while
Early,
you still
yeah.
in college. you know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
He was drafted to MLB before. He
Okay.
got to the NFL, yeah.
Okay.
That's dope.
But no, yeah, those are some of the players. I like Nathaniel Dell. I want to see where he goes. Zay
Houston.
Flowers. I want to see where he lands. He is a first rounder. I can see it. I can see Zay Flowers somewhere like New York, the Giants. They need a playmaker like that. Losing Kadarius Toney, you know, and you see what he did yesterday, right? Let's see if they can, with Coach Daboll there, can they bring that out of Zay Flowers, giving Daniel Jones a better target. They already had Wan'Dale Robinson, you know, that was there, came from Kentucky last year.
Got hurt.
But Zay Flowers is a little bit taller. I don't know about a little bit faster because Wan'Dale was pretty fast with a
He got
4.3.
hurt,
Yeah, but he got hurt. But I'm just thinking of different options. If not, then I think the Giants can go with a taller receiver like Quentin Johnston out of TCU. who to me his draft stock went from a top 10 receiver to maybe in the 20s. And then Jackson Smith in Baja, if I'm saying his last name correctly, from Ohio State. To me, he was the best receiver in the draft so far. I'm excited to see how his combine goes, for sure. So yeah,
That's dope. Switching over to basketball, this weekend coming up is All-Star Weekend. If you're not familiar with it, you got the rookie sophomore game, the dunk contest, 3-point shootout, all those different things.
Before you carry on, where the camera at? Hey, if your girl is going to All-Star Weekend and you not there, just let it go.
Hey,
Just take the L.
I think you need to let it go.
If she's sitting front row,
TKO.
gems from Trai.
you know what I'm saying, dropping gems.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that, man. Real talk. She going without you. There's an issue. She bought you tickets. And some J's. But I would say, with All-Star Weekend, I'll jump right into the biggest part of All-Star Weekend every year is the dunk contest.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably more of a main attraction than the actual All-Star game.
Maybe even a 3-point contest nowadays.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's true. But one thing that you were talking about earlier, Devin, you are not a fan of one of the players or the participants in the dunk contest, Matt McClung. He actually plays in the D League or G League as they call it now. Why don't you want him doing this?
I just no discredit to him. I think he'll probably come out with some cool dunks. I think since it's a part of the NBA, it should be long, but why not have the players that you got in the league right now? There's a lot of young high risers that could do the same thing. I just feel like a lot of people are thinking that they're too cool to do something. Like, you're not the LeBrons, right? Even Kobe did it in his young age. I just feel like a lot of people just thinking that they're bigger than what they are. Like, I feel like a lot of people would be excited to see a Ja Morant who can fly from the 3-point line. Like, I think people would be excited to see maybe an Aaron Gordon again. Can he win this time? You know what I'm saying? Since he lost to Zach LaVine. But that 2016 was the last dunk contest that was like that caught everybody. Yeah, like by surprise. But everything else has been watered down. A lot of dunks have been recycled. But I just think that the NBA players should be in the dunk contest. Like, I feel like they shouldn't have to look elsewhere. Looking elsewhere make it look like you're lacking the resources here. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got to find someone else that could do it that's not even in the league, and you got all these NBA players that could do the same thing.
That would kind of be like,
Okay.
my bad. That would kind of be like, if we got the NFL, like Pro Bowl weekend and whatnot, and like this year they had a flag football and they had all these other little events. That'd be like having like an XFL player being like, hey, yo, you seem like, let's put you in the best catch competition because you was snagging stuff in the XFL. Let's bring you up here. Like, as a viewer, you could be watching that and be like, why don't they just have like an XFL games? You know what I'm saying? Like an XFL All-Star weekend or, XFL Pro Bowl weekend or something like that. So I feel what you're saying. At the same time, when I'm thinking about, him being in the G League and stuff, like, all credit to him, like getting invited to the NBA dunk contest, that's crazy. Like, that's dope. But I don't feel like him being in the dunk contest, I feel like it's going to benefit him for his experience, just having a good experience in the dunk contest. But I don't think that's going to like affect him directly with his odds of getting up in the NBA. Because even if you go up there and you throw down some dunks, even if you win, like, that's going to get some eyes on you, but you still got to go down there and hoop and get brought up that way. You feel what I'm saying?
I feel y'all both. I'll say this. Matt McClung actually was drafted in the league by the Warriors. He played past 3 seasons. He's been playing back and forth between the Warriors and the Lakers in their summer league teams. He actually started this year on the Lakers team and then got sent down to the G League. So he does have experience playing in the NBA. I actually like this idea, honestly, as I was hearing y'all talk, because for one, every year now for the past 3 years, you got Jonathan Kuminga, you got Dyson Daniels this year with the Pelicans, but you've been having this team in the G League called the Ignite. They're like the premier G League team. All the top players, actually, in fact, Bronny considered going to the Ignite and playing instead of going to college. So that's their premier like what Sierra Canyon is for prep ball in high school.
That's where Jalen Green came from too.
Jalen Green, yeah. So I think Jalen Green, and you had Jonathan Kuminga, Dyson Daniels. These are players are going to that team and then getting drafted to the NBA. So I think what's happening is that they're trying to like merge the two in a sense of like, we're having some of the most popular players in our league come from this thing. So now we're going to go ahead and kind of like let the world know like, this is our product. You know what I'm saying? Remember, if you remember, the NBA used to be called the the D League. You know what I'm saying? They changed it to the G League when they had this big contract with Gatorade. And I think it's like, when now that you're allowed to go there instead of going to college, you're allowed to, do all these different things. I think they're trying to just kind of like merge the two. I think it's different from football. Maybe because you can't really see the players, they're behind helmets. So I think if I have a random person on the thing and it says D.Jones, you know what I'm saying, DB at, San Antonio Brahmas, like it's kind of like who? You know what I'm saying? Like only D.Jones we know is a Giants quarterback. But with him, because he does have some NBA experience, I think that's one. But two, just because they're trying to like merge those two worlds together, I think it's okay. It's not like he's playing in the NBA All-Star game. Because also too, they also did this too. They actually for the rookie sophomore game, they also have G League players playing in that as well. So I think they're trying to just kind of like show the world like this is our product. We believe in our players. Like, and every week players are getting pulled from teams in the G League to they just sold somebody the other day, and I think it's Philly. He got signed for the rest of the year. You know what I'm saying? The whole second half of the season from a D League team. So like they're constantly pulling players up and down and so forth, so forth. So I think it's kind of they're just trying to showcase their product, I guess. And I think he's gonna win the thing too. By the way,
think so?
Oh, that'd be crazy. if
Who's
he wins.
all
That'd be
in
tough.
there?
So this year we have Matt McClung, we have Trey Murphy from the Pelicans, we have who
Kenyon
else?
Martin Jr., right?
Kenyon Martin Jr. And we have Jericho Sims from Texas, plays for the Knicks, center, bouncy. There was Shaden Sharp, rookie from Kentucky, was in the game, in the dunk contest rather. He's not hurt. He actually pulled out because he said he wants to focus on his team's playoff run. So yeah, he actually pulled out. That was his reasoning. He said he wants to focus on that. He doesn't want to go out there and do it. And that's what I was saying too. Like when you have like go back in history, Dominique Wilkins, Hall of Fame player, great dunker, Michael Jordan, Vince Carter, Dr. J, like any great player who could jump did it. You know what I'm saying? LeBron, John Morant, Zion Williamson, like they refused to do it. Russell Westbrook refused to do it. Kevin Durant refused. You know what I'm saying? Giannis, like all these, he did it one year. All these players like who are like premier jumpers, like you said, at playing the league. Dwight Howard did it. You know what I'm saying? A few times. You know what I'm saying? Like the ones who are like premier players, they won't do it. And so now when you have like a LeBron and who refuses to do it, a Ja Morant who refuses to do it.
And that should be a ticket in. Like Ja, you probably win this.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
Ja Morant refuses to do it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Zion Williamson, you know what I'm saying, can't stay healthy. You know
One dunk though.
To do it. Like now it's like, okay, well, the top jumpers and players want to do it. Let's go to the second tier. Okay, oh, you pulled out because you want to work and focus on your team? No problem. Let's go to the bottom tier. Like Jericho Sims, he barely even played. He bouncy though. You know what I'm saying? But like he barely even plays. Like it's like, like we got to find somebody to put in the contest. And the dunk contest used to be 8 competitors. 8. When Vince Carter won it was 8. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they could all jump. Now it's 4. We get 2 rounds and then give somebody a winner. Like
that's
it's
crazy.
Just, what's his name said? Aaron Gordon. Earlier he said if I'm an All-Star this year, I'll do dunk contest again. He didn't make it. You know what I'm saying? He should have. I mean, he was right there on the edge. I mean, he was playing really, really good. He didn't make it.
Won that. Everybody was just, hey, I opt out. I'm good.
Right now, Mason Sharp was in that thing. Whoa. I mean, not Mason Sharp. Shaden Sharp. You've been a rap. Saran rap.
I feel like some of these top tier players, it's like they'll use. I mean, and it's a logical excuse because you don't want to get hurt. It's the back end of the season. Some of these players actually got like some legitimate playoff runs too, but it might be. I don't know. This ain't a hot take, but at the same time, it's like the NBA is a business and you get paid to play basketball. You know what I'm saying? And you getting listed as an all-star, a top dunker, or like you're not going to see Steph or anybody of that nature who's just dropping threes all the time. They come up to you, hey, come do this 3-point shot contest for us. Like they're going to do it because one, obviously, I mean, it's not dunking. You can't risk yourself getting hurt from just shooting up threes, but it's what the crowd wants to see. That's going to bring the NBA a lot of money. And I'm pretty sure you get paid for being in these competitions as well, too. You know what I'm saying? But when I think about, the Ja Morants, the LeBron, like everybody's always wanted LeBron to go in the dunk contest and like all these other big name people that could dunk the ball, but they just, for some reason, they just never want to go to the competition. I feel like part of it is, wanting to stay healthy, but a lot of it is like pride.
Yeah, I think LeBron's mindset is he want to lose. He's won everything else.
And it's not even just about winning or losing. What I think it is like, because dunking can be hard, bro. Like, it's not just going up, tomahawking and throwing the ball down. Like, you actually got to go up here and do some creative stuff. So when they get out there and they realize, like, oh, dang, like, when I'm in the game and I'm on these fast breaks and I'm jumping from damn near the free throw line and, like, punching in the hoop, everybody looks at it as, like, mesmerizing. But it's like, oh, LeBron is in a dunk contest. They go out there to do the dunk contest and he don't put nothing up. Like, he don't get nothing saucy or anything like that. They're like, dang, like, he kind of lame with the dunks. And so when they watch him, they might be thinking like, dang, if I go out here and I suck, they gonna end up thinking like, oh, LeBron can't really dunk like that, or whatever. They just might think that their thought process of that player might be altered, so their pride gets in the way. Same thing with like Russell Westbrook, and that's why when I think about Ja Morant, I'm like, bro, you have nothing to worry about. You can jump over a whole car if you wanted to. Like, he got bounced. Like, he could do something like, how Blake Griffin did when he was jumping over stuff and everything of that nature. So I just feel like the dunk contest is one of the most exciting, if not the most exciting point of All-Star Weekend. I know growing up watching it, that's what I tuned in for. Like, I was trying to watch the dunk
get
contest.
home to get that.
I'm gonna still do it again.
Yeah,
every
but
year.
at the recent years, like, I just haven't really been wanting to tap into it because just like I'm more into football and baseball. I'm into basketball, but that was just never my sport growing up, like playing wise. But when I was younger, seeing the Dwight Howards and seeing all these different players, it was just like, okay, yeah, like I know this player. I know they be on the court actually doing this most of the time. But nowadays, I don't know if it's just because I don't really be watching them like that a whole bunch. But some of these players could be quote unquote like really not unknown because they in the league, but it's like, okay, besides this dunking stuff, like you're not really out there doing nothing too crazy to where like if LeBron was out there, it's like, oh my God, LeBron is in the dunk contest, and after this he's gonna go and probably win a championship, and Dwight Howard's in the dunk contest, and after this he's gonna be locking, this is him in his prime, he's gonna be locking people down in the paint and whatnot. Like, everything the name of that person brings with them whenever they're in that contest or anything that they do. But I just hate going out there and seeing somebody that I just personally don't really recognize and know that well, so it makes it less exciting to watch.
For that.
So I wish a lot of these higher caliber players would actually take the risk of doing it. Not really a risk, but it's like, yeah, go out there and do it, but just be smart. They got weeks of practicing these dunks and all that type of stuff. Don't go out there trying to jump over nothing stupid and hurting yourself. Like, y'all are trained professionals, trained athletes, you know what I'm saying? Go get that bag, bro. Just go punch that hole in the hoop and just go get you a bag.
Because if you win, it's like, dang, he won a dunk contest. And it's like, dang, LeBron don't need that for his sake. But like, Ja Morant, it's like, dang.
LeBron should have given us one dunk contest.
Imagine if he had that like earlier in his career, that would have been like, oh yeah.
Like
put
before
that on
the
resume
Miami
too.
days.
Yeah, like first and second year, just do it one time.
Yeah.
Like,
because even if he would have lost, nobody would have really remembered. Like, damn, LeBron James lost it. Like, because he wouldn't have lost it from like that bad. He probably would have lost to a Jason Richardson. Like,
yeah,
somebody like that. Like,
who was bouncing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
The NBA All-Star starters. This is something that kind of is annoying every year for me personally. For real,
do they still do it the way to where they pick two captains and they draft it, or is it off of votes this time?
Well, so the starters are always voted on by the fans.
Okay.
But the way they've been doing it for the past few years now is the starters. They announce the starters, and then they announce the reserves a week later. But they do pick the two captains this year. It's LeBron and Giannis for the second consecutive year. And so what happens is, or third year I think actually. But anyway, what happens is all the starters, all the players are in a pool, all of them. You can have starters. They don't have to be East and West. They're just starters. And so they go back and forth and pick the starting five, and then they pick the reserves. So there's not necessarily a East and West All-Star no more. It's just Team LeBron versus Team Giannis.
Yeah.
And the thing is, though, too, with that is, like, now, usually they do it, like, a week before the All-Star weekend. Now they're actually doing it right before the game.
Oh, man.
They're going to have it live, them two vote, and then they're going to go tell, hey, y'all go to this locker room, y'all go to this locker room, on this team.
It's like a pick-up game for real.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I got you.
So the starters to the West that were voted by the fans, you had Steph Curry and Luka in the backcourt, 9 times Steph, 4 times Luka. And then you had the forwards, or I guess the big men lumped in together. You had 19 times for LeBron, amazing accomplishment. 2 times for Zion. I didn't even know that. Anyway, and 5 times for Joker, who is the defending 2-time MVP.
That sounds like a squad. I'm not.
However,
might win the MVP.
Yeah, he might win it again.
I want to hear this other one.
But then for the starters for the East, you have in the middle captain, you have Giannis 7 times. You got Durant and Kyrie back there respectively as the guards. 13 times for Durant, 8 for Kyrie. Then you have Donovan Mitchell, 4 times for him, and Jason Tatum, 4 times for him. Now they did announce since 3 of these players, Durant, Zion, and Curry, are all hurt, they've been replaced by Joel Embiid, Markkanen, the guy from the Jazz, and what's the boy? De'Aaron Fox from the Kings. They have all replaced these guys. Embiid, Markkanen, and Ja Morant will now be starters due to the injuries of Durant, Curry, and Williamson. So now in those players, I just say you got Embiid, Markkanen, and Morant instead of Curry, Durant, and Williamson. Williamson, they just announced him, by the way, yesterday. He re-aggravated his hamstring, and so now he's going to be out multiple weeks. And I said this too. I had a big debate in July. Zion is an amazing talent. He's another creative player. 6'6", but he's 285 pounds.
Big body.
That's way too much. Too much. I don't care how much of his muscle. That's way too much weight for that body frame. 6'6", you're 285 pounds. Listen to Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley was 6'5" and weighed that much, and they said you weighed too much. You know what I'm saying? He had to lose all this weight to even be, you know what I'm saying, to be effective on the court. That was way too big. You're jumping. This is not football. You're jumping constantly.
What goes up must come down.
Coming down on those knees, like he always hurt. And it's always a leg injury. Like his career, and they just gave him $250 million in a fully guaranteed sport. Child, please. He would. If I was the Pelicans, I'm telling you right now, call me what you want to call me. There's no way Zion would be on my team. I'd let him walk. I already see what's happening. He's played more. He's sat more games than he's actually played games. They gave him $250 million.
Yeah, I'll let him go to him. Like, yeah, you got to show me that I messed up on this decision.
Yeah.
I'm gonna regret this.
Your ass is injured too much.
Because it's not like Zion isn't a great hooper. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, now that he's in the league, it's like you're a liability when it comes to injury. And giving him all that money, I feel like they was just moving on like hope and wishes of like, okay, yeah, he's healthy now. I feel like it's gonna be the same Duke Zion that we had seen whenever we was about to draft him and whatnot. But lo and behold, he's gonna get hurt again.
He was hurt in college.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's a big risk they had to take, but after a while, it's just got to be like
turn to
wasting up a lot of cap space.
If you want his career to be what it needs to be, you're gonna turn to a Zach Randolph.
You know, they said they actually had a clause in his contract, a weight clause.
For real?
Yeah, that he had to remain a certain amount of weight to, you know, get his money. The same way they originally gave Kyler Murray the film study clause. Like, if you want this contract, you got to watch film at least this many times a week. Mm-hmm. They took it out of Kyler Murray's though.
Bro, I feel like with that weight and whatnot, I feel like it's because what a lot of people don't realize is I got a good impression. I mean, I'm knowing ball from growing up and whatnot. Got to UTSA, played there. I was there for the spring semester of my 2018 year, but then I ended up discontinuing playing. Like I ended up medically retiring because of my knees and whatnot. But then, you know, I got the experience with my brother when he was at D1 at University of Nebraska. I have a god brother who went and played at UT. He played D-line there back in the day, and I was able to see the facilities and just see how everybody moves and whatnot. And college, football, basketball, whatever you're playing, whatever your sport is, like it's structural. Like you have a structure. You're going to have weights at this time. You got class at this time. You got meetings. You got team dinners. You got this, and that. When people are overweight, they put you on a meal plan, like all those types of things. But I've also been blessed with the ability to have friends in the league and then also have like know friends through my brother who he played ball with, played against in college that are actually in the league. One person that I actually got to talk to was Amir Abdullah. He played running back with my brother in Nebraska. Mm-hmm. I remember visiting my brother in Nebraska and Amir just walked in the door. I remember seeing him like workouts and stuff. So like we were really cool. And he was sitting down talking to my brother. He was just talking about the difference between the NFL and college football. In college, it's like they're going to tell you where you need to be, what you need to bring, how you need to be when you be there, what time you need to get there, what time you leave, and all that. But he was like, the NFL, it's like, yep, we're going to fly in for the game. We get here a day early. We're going to have walkthroughs at this time, but make sure you're at the stadium for game time like a couple hours before at this time. But other than that, they'll cut you off. Off season, it's up to you to like get your workouts and stuff in until they call you for OTAs or like for preseason workouts and stuff. So when you get to that professional level, you have to have a certain level of this is what I've learned. You have to have a certain level of professionalism once you get to that. But the same time, like with the what's the term I'm looking for? It's like with greater responsibility comes greater with a greater role comes greater responsibility and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So as a professional, they're gonna treat you as such. Mm-hmm. So it's like we don't need to hold your hand to make weight. We don't need to hold your hand and make sure you're hitting the weight room and actually training, doing what you want to do. Because at the end of the day, no matter who you are, if I'm telling you, hey, Devo, you've been a star slot receiver for us this year. Your footwork ain't really been too good. You're not really getting off the ball this offseason. You know, just a one-on-one as your coach, as your position coach. I need you to work on some ladder drills and get your feet right. So when you get here, you know, we can hit the ground running. And you're like, all right, bet, coach, I got you. And we leave months, you come back, you know what I'm saying? You might got a little gut because you've been partying or whatever, ain't really been working out. It's going to show when you get on that court. It's going to show when you're on the football field. And they're not going to sit there and be like, oh, man, now we got to get him in shape and coach him up. It's going to be like, hey, y'all, no. Coach wants you up in his office real quick and take your playbook with you.
Cut.
And they're going to cut you. And granted, like, yeah, he was a first-round pick. You got to, you know, you got that rookie contract. Got to keep him for a little bit. But after a while, they're going to be like, bro, look, you a grown man. Like, you should be able to keep your weight under wraps. Like, you know, some people, they get money. They don't know how to spend it. You know what I'm saying? They just buy whatever they want, sitting in the crib, chilling, not doing too much. Oh, I'm a dog. You know what I'm saying? I can do what I want to do. But eventually it's going to catch up with you. And that's how people end up getting out the league. What's that? It was the It was a center that used to play for the Trailblazers. I think his name was like
Greg Oden.
Greg Oden, bro. No, he was a number 1 draft pick, I believe. And
Over
Injuries.
Durant.
And he ended up getting out the league. I remember I saw a video. It was so sad, bro. Like he was on campus and he was walking around. The lady was like, "You used to play you play basketball, huh?" He was like, "No, I used to." And then he walked off and was like, just looking kind of sad. It was like, bro, you had so much potential.
But he had injuries.
He had injuries and whatnot too. But that's just, and that's not me saying that that's a direct correlation with him and the Zion situation. But the reason why I bring him up is because that is the result that you can get with going down any of these paths. You know what I'm saying? If you not taking care of yourself correctly and you getting injured all the time, or if you're not taking care of your weight, or if you a John Morant and like extra like gang, like shoot 'em up, bang, bang off the court and whatnot, you can end up going down that path. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how you want to portray yourself to be, and you want to take care of yourself. And that's the sad thing about it. Like I know a lot of these people, a lot of these players, like you put in so much work. Like you put in so much work growing up. That's your end goal. And when you get there, people get content. And when they get content, you know what I'm saying, they got to bite the bullet, and then now they sitting back looking like, oh, well, I'm sitting on bread. Like there's so many documentaries of NFL players, NBA players who retired or just stopped playing ball because they got cut, and just like, oh man, I got millions of dollars, and a couple years later they broke. You feel what I'm saying?
Well, that's when you see the difference between players and champions. Like you see they move different, they operate different. Not trying to toot Pat Mahomes' horn, but you see how he prepare. You see how he operates as a player. You know, he ain't boastful like that. He ain't bragging. He ain't doing nothing. He's just playing. And the NBA you can see their face. It's more personality, I would say. So you got those John Morants. We had those LaMelo Balls. He's chilled a lot. But you had those type of personalities where it's like, I'm here.
Yeah.
And then when, like for instance, when John Morant made that comment, they lost 9 games straight. After that, talking about I ain't worried about the West. They ain't worried about you either. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, dang, they went from being top tier to just like, let's watching the games. It's like,
Yeah, and to go in what you're saying with that, it's like
they barely beat the Pacers by 12.
Yeah, if you go talk the talk, you got to walk the walk. You know what I'm saying? Prime example, you got Kobe. Kobe will sit there and talk hot mess to your face. You know what I'm saying? Talk about, yo, I'm better than him. I'm not passing you the ball. I'm scoring because I put in the work for it. You know what I'm saying? Finish a game at 10 o'clock at night, get on a flight, get back to LA at 2 in the morning. He in the gym at 3:30, 4 o'clock, just getting it in. You know what I'm saying? And then the players who coming in 30 minutes before practice wondering why he not giving them the ball. It's like, bro, because you're not putting in the work that I'm putting in. So this talk that I be talking, I can back it up because I actually walk the walk. Now you got some people nowadays, like they come in just thinking because they got the status and people looking at them a certain way because, oh, you're a professional player, big time, or whatever profession somebody's in, they let that get to their head and they get content, like I was saying before. So don't sit here and talk the talk like you this and that whenever you can't back it up, you know what I'm saying? Because somebody eventually check you on that court and you're going to end up folding. That's why I feel like Shannon Sharp was getting on John Morant like that, because John Morant's a great basketball player, but all the extracurricular stuff that he got going on off the court,
it's not
it's like,
needed.
bro, don't do that.
It's not necessary.
Because like I understand some people are like that. Like I be seeing some basketball players throwing up their stuff on the court after they make a 3-point shot or something like that, or a dunk, throwing gang side stuff. Because if you look at their background, like they really like that.
Yeah.
Like I remember Vince Staples speaking on Bradley Beal or something like that. He was like, "Oh yeah, I'm just waiting for somebody to try him because we grew up together, and I know he's like that." You know what I'm saying? Same thing with John Wall, all them type of people. But those are the types of people that you see, and they're not going up like bragging and boasting about it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you the man, you don't got to tell nobody you the man. You feel what I'm saying? Dame Lillard, like all those type of people. Like when you the man, you don't got to tell nobody you the man because they gonna let you know that you are.
Yeah.
But if you sitting here having to like, oh look at me, like that's just putting unwanted attention on you and taking away from everything that you're working towards right now. It's just gonna lead to your demise. I'm sorry for going on a spiel about that, but
you good.
Now I was gonna jump into trade until the trade deadline passed. Some of the big names that were traded, definitely Durant went to the Suns. Kyrie Irving went to the Mavs. And the other big name, Russell Westbrook, actually went to the Utah Jazz in a trade where it sent D'Angelo Russell, you're gonna see on the screen, to the Lakers, and Patrick Beverley got sent to the Orlando Magic. With that being said, though, I do believe personally Russ is going. Well, I know I'll almost guarantee you Russ is not playing for the Jazz. He will be bought out.
Miami or Chicago?
No, I think honestly he'll go. I think he'll just, if he's smart, in my opinion, he don't have to move at all. He can go sign with the Clippers. They want him. They've already been recruiting him. They play in the same arena as the Lakers until they build their own. He's from LA. He can play with the Clippers and have a chance to beat the Lakers and look at him and say, ha ha. You know what I'm saying? So,
So if Russ go there, you think they can win the ship?
I've always said this too, man. When you have a dynamic point guard like Russ, who is he will pass the ball, and you have two great wings on the wing, Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. I mean, who's the favorite right now to win?
Who my favorite?
Yeah. Who's the favorite? Who's the favorite to win the championship?
I think the Nuggets can get him one. I think it's in due time for Jokic to get one.
Okay.
Like I just believe that, me personally. Like I think like if he wins the third MVP, gotta come with a ship. A ship gotta come soon from the Nuggets.
You shouldn't have the MVP from last year, but I got you.
All right, but
you got it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, in due time, it's time for the Nuggets to go ahead and get one. Jamal Murray's looking good. He's back. You know, and it's just like, man, like I think they got a shot because the Warriors gonna get another shot eventually. You know.
Yeah, I think the West is so stacked now. You bring Durant and Kyrie to the West from the East. It's too stacked. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, there's 8 teams. They're gonna start beating up on each other. That's why I said if Russell was going to the Clippers, you know what I'm saying, they go in there as a 5th seed, for example. They play in the 4th seed, which would, you know, right now be the Mavericks. You know, that's a good matchup. Throw the ball in the air and see who's gonna win. You got Kawhi, Paul George, and Westbrook versus Luka and Kyrie. Who wins that matchup? And it's a 7-game series, not like football where it's 1 game. It's 7 games. Somebody got to win 4 games first. That's what I said. So in basketball, you know, I will say this. I think whoever come out the West, they're gonna be so battle tested. They're probably gonna win the championship.
Yeah, and of course everyone is saying that the Suns is the favorite. Like I like the Suns. I'm a Kevin Durant fan. I like watching Chris Paul. They got DeAndre Ayton there. They got Dev Booker. Right? They got all the players, but sometimes it'd be like it's too good to be true. And I feel like we've seen that too many times. And it's like, of course, I would love to see Chris Paul get one before his time running out. I would love to see KD honor what he said that he was gonna get Chris Paul a ring. You know what I'm saying? Just seeing.
He said that.
Yeah, he said if he would help anybody, he would help Chris Paul get a ring.
I feel like that would solidify. Like, I mean, people be talking about. I mean, Chris Paul can definitely be a Hall of Famer for sure. Like, that's gonna be. Yeah. That him getting that championship is gonna like stamp that like automatically. Like, yeah, like that's his.
And the thing is, he should already have a ring. He was up 2-0 in the finals 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, he should already have a ring. We should be having a conversation. Like,
for real.
Damn, Chris, that's crazy.
But it's just too good to be true with the Suns for right now. Now I think maybe next year we may see one, but like this year we got to see. Only time will tell. Will I love to see that happen this year? Yeah, that'd be dope. But I just think the Nuggets may be that time that's it's up. I think they're stronger than any East team.
Except the Boston Celtics.
Except the Celtics, right? But it may be the finals. Celtics versus Nuggets.
I just think right now, the reason why I'm not
going off.
Reason why I'm not saying the Suns is because they have 2 of the most what's the word I'm looking for? Most consistently injured players in our last 10, 12 years in the NBA, and that's Chris Paul and Kevin Durant. They're always hurt and not on the same team. So if you know what I'm saying, even if just one of them is hurt, if Durant is hurt or if Chris Paul is hurt, that changes the whole dynamic of that team. The whole dynamic. So at the end of the day, like it looks good on paper. Like, wow, Durant, Chris Paul, Devin Booker, they finna sign Reggie Jackson in the buyout, DeAndre Ayton, like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta play ball, you gotta get the win. I mean, show me what you can do that. Because you had a chance, you was up 2-0 and got swept. You know what I'm saying, basically. So I don't know. As far as the buyout, a lot of players getting bought out right now. Patrick Beverley got waived. They say he's going back to Minnesota. John Wall got waived. Danny Green got waived. Danny Green actually already signed with the Cavaliers earlier today. John Wall actually did an interview. He said, I don't know why Clippers let me go. I was totally blindsided by that. He did also say he has no problem, and he actually believes he can go back to Washington and help them win. So my guess is he'll probably go back to a Bradley Beal. Sure. Danny Green signed with the Cavaliers. It was between Cavaliers. And it was between the Cavaliers and somebody else. I think it would look, but the other team that he could have signed with, he should have went to that other team. Oh, Boston. Those are 2 teams that he was looking at to sign with. So, Lakers got Mo Bamba. That's a big center for them. I think he's definitely altering shots and so forth. He don't have to do much down there with them. And that also lets Anthony Davis switch to his natural position, which is a 4. Mm-hmm. So he don't have to play the 5 no more. He don't have to guard Joker and Embiid no more. Bamba can. So that opens up the door for Anthony Davis, which also might help him be healthy because he's not banging.
Man, right? I was just going to say the same.
That boy get a hangnail, be out 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Davis, hangnail out 3 weeks. We'll revisit it in 2. Like, it's just annoying. But yeah, I mean,
Beasley.
Malik Beasley. They also got Vanderbilt from the Jazz as well. They D'Angelo Russell. They got them a good little team to go out there and compete. I think I really hate that Russ gets such a bad rap with them. His last game when LeBron broke that record, Westbrook had 27 off the bench. You know what I'm saying? Like, the team lost. It's not Westbrook's fault they lose. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. But, that's NBA. Let me see what else we got. Anything on here about NBA? pretty much it as far as NBA, as far as anything else. Talking about NFL, NBA, anything else?
I think we should stay tuned for our mock drafts that we got coming
For sure,
up.
for sure.
I'm excited about that. We've been doing mock drafts since the beginning of January, but to now start talking about those now as we approach the combine and the pro days and stuff. That's exciting. Also getting ready for the NBA the second half of the NBA season is going to be exciting to talk about. Seeing how the teams have shifted after the All-Star break is something that I'm looking forward to for first and foremost. But we did forget about something. Take a second.
I think.
Biolyte.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I have some. Go ahead.
Biolyte. This is my second bottle today.
Oh, you been down in them for real, no cap.
Yeah, this is my second bottle today. I had a berry early today. They also, stay tuned, they also just announced that they have a special flavor coming out for this month. I think I know what it is. They kind of show the colors. It's red. Think about it. It could be cherry. I wouldn't say strawberry because they already have a berry.
I mean, I feel like strawberry would be crazy though. It could be cherry though.
Yeah, strawberry.
I'm a strawberry connoisseur. I love strawberry.
Now my senses are telling me fruit punch.
Fruit punch
know?
be cool too. Goated. Yeah.
Yeah. So be sure to go check out Biolyte again. 550% more electrolytes than any other competitor out here. Shout out to them. We appreciate all that y'all do. For sure, we're looking forward to that new flavor. So just hit us up. We hit you up. How this works.
They tagged us too, right?
Huh?
Did they tag us?
Yep, they tagged us. So we appreciate the tag. We appreciate the shout outs on LinkedIn. To the CEOs, to just the employees in general. We really appreciate all that y'all do. We really do. And this is a great drink. Really love it. So for sure.
Liquid IV, man.
Dope.
IV in a bottle. Go get you one.
Yo.
With that being said, we're gonna jump into the prayer. You know what I'm saying? Closing prayer.
Shout outs real quick.
Wait,
Shout out. We had a student that loves sports. He's gonna be a great individual, a great athlete. Can't wait to see him grow and blossom to this great player. Oscar, man, we want to shout you out, man. We appreciate you. We love you, man. We'll see you tomorrow. Hope you can see this video before you see us. And then, just shout out to the crowd family favorite. Crowd favorite family. I want to shout out y'all, man. I love y'all, man. This is episode 5. We have grown so far from the first episode to now. I'm already seeing the trajectory that we're going. Our vision is bright, man. This is nothing but a great opportunity for us to succeed. So I love y'all, man. A shout out to us, man. Episode 5, live 5, man.
Yeah, I'll make some shout outs too. Shout out to both of y'all, man. I know it's been a long time coming for y'all. I know I've been talking to y'all about, all y'all's plans that y'all have going with crowd favorite and whatnot. And we all collaborate on some ideas and stuff we got. But I feel like I'm definitely blessed and highly favored to get the opportunity to get on here with y'all, to be a third member of this, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, drop a gem, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, just shout out to y'all. I'm very appreciative, you know what I'm saying? And y'all my dogs, I'm always here for you. But the big shout out I got, shout out to my boy Jameson, you know what I'm saying? My
Happy
big dog,
birthday,
big
man.
That his birthday today. Fun
Yes,
fact, I got my
sir.
dog birthday tatted on me, but it ain't because of that. It's my granddaddy's birthday. But it's his birthday too. Happy birthday to my dog Jameson, man. Yeah. Eventually we gonna have him on here because he knows his sports, man. He'll give everybody a run for their money. So happy birthday to my dog, man. Big shout out to
You
him.
don't have to run with me. Yeah, I say this too. Definitely my shout out to honestly, I'll say shout out to God first and foremost, just for the get the gab.
Yep.
I always say this: not everybody can get on podcasts and talk, be entertaining, just be precise and be fluid in their thoughts, and creating a show and experience for the consumers. Definitely shout out to God for that gift, because it truly is a gift. Shout out to my daughter Lyric, the music of my life. Shout out to the both of you for sure. Without y'all, without the people listening to the show, there's no reason for me to even do this. And so I appreciate y'all's energy, y'all's waking up ready. I saw Devin this morning at work, man. It's game day. You know what I'm saying? This is our game right here. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Jab step, free throw. You know what I'm saying? Game winner. So, yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to both of y'all, Trai. Shout out to both of y'all for sure. I also want to say shout out to Jalen Hurts. I know it's random, but shout out to him because I thought it was really dope how and I always say this too. Right when you lose a game, they want to put a mic in your face, and it's crazy. But he just sat there, and they actually had a little boy over to his left who won the opportunity to interview somebody at the Super Bowl, and he asked him a question, and Jaden just answered. He said, "Yeah, man, sometimes you go through things that's battle tested, adversity, whatever. You gotta take it on the chin and just keep pushing forward." He was just a lot of humility, and I appreciate him, and that's why I like his story. And that's why I rooted for him, because I really think that good people deserve good things, and I think he just continuously shows that he's a good person, has a good heart, And I really want the best for him, man, for sure.
He's gonna win one. He's gonna win one. Before it's all said and done, he's gonna at least get one for sure.
I hope.
And I hope he can get it to Philly. So for sure.
Yeah. Also, shout out to Latoya for show. Shout out to everybody who supports Devin, myself, and Trai. We all, like I said, we are a unit, but we are also individuals. We all have our own, hives and people who are fans of us and so forth. But I think everybody who supports us, truly appreciate y'all. Oh, shout out to the cook last night. I won't say her name. I don't know if I'm supposed to.
Taylor, I love you, baby.
Hey, listen, shout out to the cook last night. Listen, Chef Taylor. Wow.
Damn.
Damn.
Hey, for real. If y'all really want to see what she cooking, follow her on Instagram at Eats with T. Eats with T. That's EATSWIT with T.
Yeah, everybody go on to Instagram and spam the comments. Tell her to make a TikTok, man.
Yeah, we'll put it at the bottom at the end of the show. We'll show you who the real chef is, who's our real true crowd favorite, my true crowd favorite. I love you. But man, shout out to God for sure. Excuse me for not even saying that to begin with. But yes, shout out to God, man. Without him, we're nothing. Without him, there's no show, there's no us. And we really appreciate you, God, for just giving us this talent. So, yeah.
And shout out to Biolyte. We love y'all to death for sure. You know what I'm saying? Biolyte, Bio. Yeah, for sure. But with that being said, they want to lead us in prayer?
Already. Dear God, we thank you, Lord, for today, Lord. We thank you, Lord, for waking us up, giving us a fresh day to be successful, Lord. We pray that you can guide us safely as we travel home, Lord. Watch over our friends, our family, Lord. We pray for crowd favorite and anyone that's tuning in to us, Lord. We pray that they can continue to do what they do with their passion, with what they want to do with their lives, Lord. And we just thank you, Lord. Without you, we're nothing. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Water.
And with that being said, we'll talk to y'all next. Talk to y'all soon.
Play my theme music.
You want to play the song?
Man, we gotta exit that way
bad,
too, man. Shout out to Miles ahead of you.
My bad.
Miles per hour.
MPH, baby.
Man, MPH, man.
My bad. Let me go ahead and get
This is
into
the
it.
crowd favorite anthem.
Got y'all. Until next time.
Pac-Man on the beat.
It's a slapper. Hey, I don't wanna hit a cap, you can save it. With my guys and we got it up the pavement. Listen up, it's what everybody's saying. Round of applause, give it up for the crowd favorite. Hey, round of applause, give it up for the crowd favorite. Hey, round of applause. I know they weak by the look in their faces. All of these rings got me feeling like Brady. Say what I feel, I don't care how you take it. Round of applause, give it up for the crowd favorite. Hey, round of applause, give it up for the crowd favorite.